We're in. I began my journey near this abandoned church in Mexico. I found it both foreboding and thrilling, a symbol of the journey I would take over the next couple of days. We're getting into what's called Heath Canyon. Well, Heath Canyon, I think, veers off to the left over there. It doesn't matter how many times I've been by myself in nature. Whenever I find myself in it, alone and unsupported, there's always a feeling of fear that floats around in the pit of my stomach, like a mild case of food poisoning or bad gas station food. We are back into the open desert. The wall should close in again soon. This is a remote part of the Rio Grande. I've paddled it once, but I've never overnighted it. So looking forward to camping out and taking my time a little more, explore some of the side canyons and stuff. I don't want to overstate anything. I'm not summiting K2 or exploring the Mariana Trench with a submersible, but I am in the desert wilderness, and there is no one out here to hear you scream. Beautiful, right? I should mention that I think there's a difference between feeling fear and being scared. The circumstances may be the same, but being scared makes you feel small, incapable, and paralyzed. Fear, on the other hand, offers the possibility of bravery, which I define as being afraid, but doing the damn thing anyway. There is Mexico. There is the US. They look pretty similar. And after the damn thing is done, in spite of one's fear, there is often a total mind and body relaxation, or even a bliss, that pours over. And I find in the wilderness that feeling to be enhanced, at least for a while, until the fear begins to build again and the cycle repeats. Amazing there's all this water in this hot desert environment, you know? Like I said earlier, a lot of it's spring water. Never stop doing things that make you afraid, and you'll never get bored. You'll never know your upper limits, and you'll experience states of well-being that are as natural to you as you are to this world. I think that's Temple Canyon back in there. Not totally sure, but getting closer. Well, I have found where I'm gonna camp. There's a sandy beach here, and then it looks like a little meadow up there. Okay, I found a good campsite. I'm gonna kind of show you around the place. These views are incredible. So that's the Mexican side, and that is the butte or mesa. I don't know what you'd call that, a butte maybe, an outcropping that you can basically see from the beginning of this paddle. Up here, I believe down this way, like out there and to the left, is Bowerland Canyon. And then this is my backyard right here on the American side. I mean, this is, the video doesn't quite catch it. This thing is massive. So some little game trails around here, but it's just me. It's a very, very remote area. I feel very lucky to be here. So I'm gonna set up camp and make some food. Just a quick tour of my one-person tent here. I put the rain flap up because it does get cold. It can drop 40 degrees at night. And I actually did not bring my proper sleeping bag. So I've got the sleeping bag liner, pillow, air mattress, and then a couple blankets. I don't have many vices, but I do love Diet Coke. Cheers. Well, camp is all set. Just gonna kind of walk around this little beach that I'm on and check stuff out. Very snaky. Okay, I'm on the little island between my campsite and the main channel. There's this cool little island. You could camp here too. I thought about it, but this would actually be a great campsite. Oh, what do we have here? Is that a fire ring? Oh yeah. Someone camped here once. Well, maybe not that long ago, because the water was higher not that long ago, so it would have washed that away. But yeah, somebody made camp here. Good spot, maybe here, but that's some hard ground, man. Wow. Check this out. This all used to be an ocean, by the way. This all used to be an ocean. This was all underwater. Me and my dad used to find shark's teeth out in this area. Amazing, right? This place is amazing. There's nothing out here. I mean, nothing human. I'm just gonna call that the Temple Canyon Mountain. That's my name for that, Temple Canyon Mountain. It was a beautiful night last night, almost a full moon. So at a certain point, it was like the sun was rising. It was so bright, but it lit up the cliffs and the landscape. Very cool. There's some donkeys on the Mexican side over that way and over that way, and every once in a while something would disturb them and they kind of scream into the night. And if you didn't know it, it sounds like something terrible is happening, but they're just braying. But it was quiet. I don't think there's a lot of life on this little beach. I don't think there's a lot going on here, which makes it a good place to camp. I've got a couple Diet Cokes in there, and while I'm doing my morning stuff, I'm gonna go set this in the water so that they're nice and cold later. When I was younger, that would have been beer, morning beer. It's inevitable that the fear I feel when beginning a journey begins to wear off. Over time, as I get into the housekeeping and chore making that composes the journey itself. It's remarkable how fast we humans get used to things. Our rapid adaptation to changing circumstances is a superpower. And we're off. What an amazing morning. Just beautiful, pristine. Water looks great. Starting to get toasty. Being a Texan, I don't mind that. Some people would. But I'm gonna say goodbye to this campsite. That's one of the best, actually it's the best riverside campsite I've ever had. Very grateful. So I camped right in there between this and this. And as the fear fades into the background, so do the moments of bliss. And life becomes ordinary again. And I feel simple and content and at ease. Nothing special. Bump. I'm actually enjoying just walking in the water. And if the fear and the bliss were special states that gave me the feeling of being separate from my environment, this return to ordinariness gives me the feeling of being completely embedded in my environment. Well, that's I'm getting close to the takeout spot. So having one last drink before I pull in, And this has been an amazing trip. Cheers. As the afternoon wore on, and as my trip came to a close, and as I basked in the free and easy way of a river rat, I already found myself wondering how soon I could get back and for how long. Well, I'm all packed up, headed back home. Wanted to take one more look at this church